Classroom. Mary, it's just a class. No one's going to hurt us. Come on. John, it's a strange class. We sign a non-disclosure agreement about everything that happens here. You don't have to worry. I'll always be there for you. We enter at a dark and long corridor. It felt damp as if we were in a basement. After walking 100 meters, we found 2 doors. Look, can we split up? You said you'd be here for me. No, let's go together. But if we split up, there's a better chance someone will definitely get out. I'm scared. Why don't we go the right? Alright, let's go. You've always been a coward. We held hands and opened the door. There was a table in the room. There was a ladder on it and a candle. Next to the table was a chest. It was closed with chains and a lock. On the other side were locked boxes with a small hole in the top. I think we should look for a key in these boxes. Your hand would fit through those holes. What? I don't want to. Let's read the letter first. Okay, but eventually you're going to have to check the boxes. My hand's too big for this. Read what it says. Dear quest participants, I have good news and bad news for you too. I'll start with the good news. One of the boxes contained the key needed to open the chest. The bad news is that there is something in those boxes that you won't like. And it's up to you to find out what secrets that contain. There is no other way out. I was right. You need to do this. What if we go out and go through another door? As you can see, there is only one door in the room from which we entered. So we're going to get out of this room anyway. But we need what's the chest. You can do it. I have faith in you. Alright. The first box is empty, nothing. Did you do a good search? Yeah. I'll get the other one. It's horrible. There's something slippery like a slime. But no key. After going through 10 boxes like this, the guys were tense because the last 2 were left. There's something in here. What's in there? Someone bit me. Try again. There's a lot of life in here. Ow! There are cockroaches. But there's no key. I checked everything. Come on, there's one left box left. You realize if you don't find anything in there, you're going to have to check it all again. Yeah, I know. There's something in that box too. It's a piece of paper and the key. I found it. Well done. You did well. Thank you. Look, there's also a message. Go on, read it. I'm burning with interest. Dear quest participants, I'm pleased to report that you have passed the endurance test. I have good news and a bad news for you. I'll start with the good news. You have the key and you can open the chest. The bad news is that you will regret opening the chest. But you need to do it. There is no other way out. Give me the key and I'll open it. Are you sure? Can we go back? There is no going back. I'm opening it. Look, there is a ladder inside the chest. We have to go down. It's like a tunnel. I'm scared. It said with regret. Remember, I'm right here. We went down the stairs and saw the long corridor again. It was cold and gloomy. Some of the lanterns were blinking, and sometimes turned off. Eventually we reached a door. It was the only one. Opening it, we could not make out of the space. There was total darkness all around. We went in and closed the door. Hearing the click of the lock, the door was locked from the outside. There was no way out. Suddenly we heard eerie laughter. It comes from all directions. From the fright we scattered in different directions. Mary, where are you? There was silence in response to the boy's shouts. John, are you there? The girl called out for the boy, but heard nothing back. Everyone thought that they were in different rooms. That thought was false. There is special noise insulation in the room. No one could hear you, even if they were standing next to you. The guys were calling for help, eventually realizing it was a waste of time. They decided to walk around the room. It was a blind walk. It was so dark that their eyes could not get used to it. Accidentally touching each other out of pride, Mary steps John, only realizing afterward that was her young man. You're out of mind. Bernie did not hear those words, but again, fumbling, John took his hand. Without saying anything, they started looking for the door. After 10 minutes, they managed to find it. But when they opened it, they found themselves not in the corridor from which they had entered, but in a completely different room. There was a table in the middle of the room with a candle and a letter on it. There were also 2 doors in the room. Let me read this time. Alright, John. Dear quest participants, I am pleased to inform you that you have passed the room of darkness. I have good news and bad news for you. I'll start with the good news. You have a good chance of making it to the end of this quest. The bad news is that you have to split up, and only one door leads to the exit. At the second door, a new challenge awaits the participant. If you break the rules, there will be consequences. No one leaves the quest. There is no other way out. What do you mean? Only one of us gets out of the quest? What happens to the other one? It says here that we'll be continuing the quest. I think he'll get out afterwards as well. Let's split up. I'm not going alone. We have no other way out. Otherwise, the 2 of us will stay here. What if we go through the door where there will be trials again? But there are no cameras here. No one's watching us. Mary, you go left, I'll go right. I've made up my mind. Wait. Don't go that way. John. Left alone in the room, Mary decided to follow John, but to behind. In an instant, the corridor they were walking down began to glow red. Also, a siren started a voice inside shouting, as much as to run away. Mary caught up with John. He was furious at her violation. What have you done? This is where we're going to stay now, isn't it? Run quickly, we need to find a way out quickly. Suddenly they began to hear laughter again, but this time they were spoken to. You have fallen into my trap. This quest was doomed to fail. You will not get out of this place. The siren began to sound even louder. The ringing was hard on their ears. Without wasting a minute, we started running. In the end, we found ourselves again in the wall. There was no door around us. There was no way out. Out of nowhere, water started pouring into the corridor. It was cold and dirty, like a sewer. Mary, don't panic. Run back. In the blink of an eye, the lights in the hallway went out and the water did not stop. It was waist deep. Once on the other side, in their attempts to open the door, the boys encountered a breach. The door turned out to be locked.